Órale. Cholo Choclo, los tres chingones boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas, man. Uh, we got some great rematches going down this weekend, along with so much other stuff going on in the boxing world, man. So let's go ahead and let's get to it. Let's go ahead and bring in el gran chingon, el mero mero one, Mr. Javier Contreras.
Hey, what's going on, Ed? I've been looking forward all week for this show, man, especially for
You,
tomorrow night. I mean, once again, like I always say, we have great cards like this. This is right here our Super Bowl of boxing. Even though I truly believe that February 22nd in Riyadh is going to be our Super Bowl, but I'm telling you, this one
mm.
comes close tomorrow. I can't wait. Start talking about it.
Yeah. Hey, David, is it flying under the radar to you, Holmes? It seems like I don't really hear too many people talking about it much. I don't really hear a lot of buzz about this, about the what's going down tomorrow.
You know what? I think it's flying under the radar with the Twitter fanatics. You know what I mean? That aren't true boxing fans. AJC. I think it's flying under the radar, but with us boxing analysts, boxing uh, guys that love boxing, dude. Tomorrow night. I mean, these. Well, the two main events, or the main event
Mm,
and the co-main event, dude. To me, those are both have the capability of becoming the fights of the year. Both of those. It is going to
mm.
be. I can't wait. I can't wait till we start talking about Navarrete against Valdez. I did a little bit of study on that one. That is going to be a great fight tomorrow.
Okay,
Hardcore. Yeah,
okay.
you're right, JC. The hardcore, we're the ones that see this as our boxing, once again, man, Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I haven't heard much talk about it. Not a lot of people excited. Not a lot of people. It's not catching a lot of buzz, and it's
Too
like,
bad.
man, yeah,
Yeah.
it's too bad. It's sad, man. At the same time, I don't want to oversell it because I remember I had camaradas come over to the pad, and they're casual boxing fans, you know. But I'm like, man, this is gonna be a war, and I'm talking about Navarrete and Valdez, and
Yes.
it was an okay fight, but it wasn't what I sold it to be. But we'll
Yeah.
get to all that. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and bring in the boxing scientist who's gonna break it all down from Mikey TV one, Mr. Mike Zavala.
Gentlemen,
Hey,
vámonos. What's up,
Mikey.
babe? What's up, Dave? Chilling, man.
ACDC today, huh? Órale,
Vámonos.
ACDC.
Vámonos. We're ready to rock and roll, guys. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's do it. Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, let's go ahead and let's talk about a fight that nobody's really talking about. Is flying way under the radar as opposed to the other fights, and that is Leon Paro against Richardson Hitchens. Um, this I think is going to be a pretty good fight. It's kind of strange where this fight is happening. This fight is happening in Puerto Rico. Um, none of them are Puerto Rican. That's a weird thing. Leon Paro, if you guys remember, the only reason people really know Leon Paro is because he beat Subrio Matias
The monster.
in
The
yes,
monster. Yes.
yes, in Puerto Rico.
Mhm.
But Leon Paro, I think he's Australian.
Yes.
Um, Richardson Hitchens, I forgot where he's from. I don't know if he's like New York or
He's
something.
from Haiti. He fought in the Olympics
Okay.
in Haiti, but he's
Mm.
been living in New York for the past 7.5 years. And I'm reading it right now. And I don't know if you guys knew, but he's been fighting for 7.5 years. I mean,
Okay.
Not
the
enough.
only fight that I know about him, Ed and Mikey, is when he fought, ¿cómo se llama? Not Camarón, Jose Cepeda. That's the only fight that I
Ah,
saw,
okay.
and he spanked Jose Cepeda, remember?
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, who is he? I mean, please school me, guys. Who is Hutchinson? You know?
I,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know when I first started hearing his name, but it was probably maybe about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, somewhere around there where I started hearing his name a little bit. But yeah, he's no big star. It's weird to me that this fight is taking place in Puerto Rico. I don't know.
Oh,
None of the guys are Puerto Rican,
mm-mm.
so I got no idea. But David, what do you make of this fight?
You know what? I like it. First of all, what I remember of Hutchinson when he fought Cepeda, dude, he spanked Cepeda. And I've always been a big fan of Cepeda, but he's already he's past the back nine. He's ready to retire. but this guy has a big mouth. You know what I mean? He's at 140. He thinks he's ready for the big time. Well, we're gonna find out. Pato, I had never heard of Pato, but what he did to the monster, to the little monster, to Chucky, you know what I mean? I mean, this kid fought a perfect fight. And you know what? This guy, Hutchinson, once again, don't know much about him, but I remember he boxed. He's a great boxer. I don't think he's a knockout artist, but I want Pato to beat him because, like I said before, he has a big mouth. He has a big mouth, and I think
Mm,
Pato, coming from Australia, he has that Australian mentality, that warrior mentality. I see Pato stopping him. Well, I hope he stops him, but it might go to the cards. But I hope he stops him.
okay. All right. Mikey, both guys are undefeated. Bottle 25-0. Hitchens with 18-0, 140 pounds, man. What do you make of this fight?
Yeah, now I'm starting to get a little bit familiar. It went under the radar for me. I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah, Pato, right? Um,
Yeah,
yeah, what he did that everyone the Boogie Monster, the 140 pounds, what he did was phenomenal. He pushed him, he made him go back. He pushed him, made him go back, and that's how you beat Matias. You push him, make him go back. You push him, don't let him smother you, and just and get him off balance. That was beautiful. That's all he did, and he beat him.
yeah.
Hitchens, his last fight, if I'm not mistaken, he fought Maidana's fighter, the little guy that just got knocked out by the he just got knocked out 2 weeks ago. Dave, can you help me?
Which one?
I, a
It's
lot of
Crawford's
a
camp.
lot,
Crawford's camp.
yeah, a lot of people thought he lost that fight. Hitchens.
Yeah,
A lot of people were saying that Hitchens really lost that fight. That that
Who
was a
was it
gift.
against, guys? I'm trying to think.
I
I thought his
don't
last
remember
fight
I
the
don't
was
kid
against.
remember the guy's
that beat
name.
him. Yeah, it's a chaparrito from where's it? Where's Maidana from? From
Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina, little dude, he was dope. Maidana had him, and he just fought 2 weeks ago. What's his name? Schooled him. What was the kid's name? The prospect, the top kid with Crawford's team.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. You're talking about Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn Davis exposed
Yeah.
him. Keyshawn
Yeah,
Davis, yeah, he moved
yeah.
him up though. No, he moved him down. But
Uh-huh.
still, he looked good. He was one of the next coming from Argentina, co-signed by Chino Maidana. He was managing him, and
Uh-huh.
he made him look. Keyshawn Davis made it look easy work. Yeah, maybe he
Yeah.
drained him or not. But Hitchens had trouble, dude. They even said he probably lost
Really?
that fight. He had
Really?
trouble with him. He had trouble. I
Okay.
don't remember the fight.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. He was banging. So
Yeah.
I don't. There's holes in Hitchens's game, and he does talk a lot of trash. But I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't know a lot to make a prediction or to who's who.
Yeah.
But these guys, they're all right. They're not bad.
Yeah. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a good fight.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Pato's more experienced. You know, they're about the same age. Pato's 28, Hitchens is 27, but Pato has 25 fights, man. 25-0. Hitchens 18 fights. He's 18-0. So, um, let me ask you guys this, man, because nobody really knew Pato. He goes there, he beats who beat him?
Matias.
Matias. He beats Matias in Puerto Rico. Hitchens is not Puerto Rican. Who does this fight help more? The fact that it's in Puerto Rico, David.
I think it helps Pato because Pato
Okay.
went over there and embarrassed
Yeah.
their champion. I mean, he was a champion. Hey, brother, what's going on? He embarrassed their champion. You know what I mean? So I think it helps Pato a lot more. I don't even think they've even heard of Hutchinson or Hutchins, whatever his name is.
Hitchinson. No.
Hitchens.
I forgot.
Yeah,
Right here.
Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Richardson Hitchens. Two last names.
Hey,
Yeah.
this right here, this Mile High, we'll get to
Yeah.
him in just a second, man, on
Okay.
what he did on Thanksgiving. Mikey, what Pato goes in there, beats a Puerto Rican. Now he's going in there. He's not fighting a Puerto Rican. Who does this fight favor more? That the fact that it's in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say Pato because it favors him. Let's just say he knows the crowd. Let's just say they're against him because they beat their dog. Le ganaron al gallo. So either
Mm,
it favors them because they're gonna be with him. Because if you beat my dog, the Puerto Ricans will respect you. So
Yes.
either they're gonna show respect or they're gonna disrespect him. But he's been there. He's been in that in that atmosphere, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's gonna favor him for better or worse. It's gonna favor him because he's been there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say I think he earned the respect of the Boricuas,
Request.
man. Going there, beating Subrio Matias. A lot of guys were scared of Subrio at 140. Whether they should have been or not should have been, I that's not what I'm saying. But a lot of guys, he was high risk, low reward. And Paro went in there, beat him, and I think the Boricuas, generally speaking, are gonna embrace that, man. I don't know why they would root for Hitchens. I don't know. Maybe they might be like, yeah, beat that dude, man, because
Mm-hmm.
our boy Matias, you know. But I think they're actually gonna want Paro to win, so there could be some sort of rematch or something of that sort.
Yeah.
But I got Paro winning tomorrow. I do.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, yeah. I got him winning tomorrow. Uh,
By knockout, Ed, or by decision.
You know what, David? That's exactly what I was going to ask you. If
Oh,
it goes to the scorecards, who does that favor more? Do they give it to Paro? Paro, I mean, I don't know what really. He's not. Nobody. I'm not trying to say that Richardson Hitchens brings a lot of money and he's a superstar, but I think he's a little bit more, of a star than Paro is. I mean, does he have to drop him at least once or twice?
I think he does, Ed. I think he does
Okay.
because you know what, Hitchinson, he's an entertainer. So you know what, he's gonna hit and run and not be hit because he's fast. I do remember. I remember when Cepeda couldn't touch him. So you know what,
Mm.
because of that, I think if they go to the scorecards with no knockdowns, I think it will to Hitchinson. He's an entertainer, so he has to knock him out or knock him down a couple of times for him to win. Other than that, scorecards, fair and square, I think they'll go to Hitchens because he's an entertainer.
Mikey, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know much of both, like, but I've seen Hitchens. He does box unless you smother him and you bring it to him. He has trouble, but if you give him a little bit of space and you let him operate, he'll give you a boxing lesson. So I don't know the Australian. I don't really know to say. Yeah, his inside. He knows how to cut ring. I don't know a lot, dude. So I'm gonna. I don't even know who to go for, but I'm gonna go with Dave. Maybe Hitchens. If they give him space to operate, he's gonna give him a boxing lesson.
All right, I'm gonna say, he beat Subrio Matias, man, in Puerto Rico. Something tells me that he is gonna need a little bit of help. I think they're gonna side more with Richardson Hitchens, and Paro's really gonna have to put it to him to get that victory. Does he have to necessarily knock him out? Probably not, but he's gonna have. There can't it can't be a close fight because I think if it's a close fight, they're gonna go to Hitchens. I think he's gonna have to dominate a few rounds to make it clear, like, hey, I'm winning this fight. Like it's not a close fight. There's not, well, a couple swing rounds here. It could be a draw. Like, no, he needs to dominate. Whether he has to knock him down or not, I'm not sure, but he definitely has to make a statement. So
Hey
yeah.
Ed, he not only beat him, he spanked him. I mean, the way he was mishandling
Oh,
Matias, remember? I mean,
Yeah.
to the point where he got rid of Panda. Panda's a great coach. I
Mm.
mean,
mhm.
dude, he not just beat him, he spanked him. So he needs to take out that paddle again and spank Hitchens with that same paddle again. Not just beat him, spank him.
A- and
Yeah,
I think he's going to. I think he's
yeah, me
going
too.
to. Hey, fellas, so I want to talk real quick, man. If anybody went ahead and watched the fight, the Thanksgiving fight for Content Creator Series of Fighting, I promoted it here on this channel. I'm going to touch a little bit on it, but I'm going to be much more in detail at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time on the Total Trucker channel, going live there after we're done here. I was there. I called the fight, Mile High Hustle. This guy right here from Denver, Colorado. His name's Conrad. He stepped in there against Paradigm Media News Boxer. And first of all, the two youngsters that were the co-main event, they put on a damn good fight. Damn good fight. These two guys were amateur boxers, and they put on a really good one. As far as this one, the main event, these were two big dudes, two big boys. And I want to go ahead and congratulate Conrad from Mile High Hustle from the Box State from Denver, Colorado.
Congratulations.
who went in there and look, no sugarcoating. He dominated. He dominated the fight. He dominated the fight. He won every single round. It went the distance. It went all 5 rounds. He dominated. It wasn't close. No, there was no round where you're like, ooh, that might be a close round. I'm not really sure. Like, no, no, respects to boxer. He stood there. He took the he took the licks, but the night definitely belonged to Conrad from Mile High Hustle, and the title of Content Creator Series of Fighting went to the land of the Rockies in Colorado, man. So I just want to give congratulations to Conrad. Saludos to you. And he was a good dude. Got to meet him in person. Saludos to him, man. So
Hey, brother, in his honor, you see behind me. That's all. I'm a huge Denver Bronco fan. I got Elway. I got John Lynch. I got several signed, autographed shirts from the Denver Broncos. So to Mile High, man, my respect to the Denver Broncos.
yeah, yeah, good showing. Good showing for him, man. Uh Gentlemen, as we move on, before we get into the other fights that are going on, let's talk a little bit of Cheese Man that's going on. Tank Davis retiring next year. Is making the rounds and people are tripping out about it. David, what's your thoughts on Tank Davis? Is he really retiring at the end of 2025? Does he retire for a year and then come back? He doesn't really seem to be careful with his money, David. And what do you think's going on? There's all kinds of conspiracies that people are throwing around that, hey, this is probably PBC's last year, and also that shoot, what's his name? The guy from PBC, the guy that runs it,
El Heyman.
Al Heyman.
Huh?
There's rumors out there that he's in really bad shape, health wise. So there's a lot of theories out there that Tank Davis is saying, like, you know what? Al Heyman's gonna be gone. The PBC looks like it's going under, so maybe there's his chance to get out. What's your thoughts on it, David?
You know what? First of all, he was 4.5 hours late. That's
That's
number
right.
one. Number two,
Yeah,
he shows up without nostrils. Nostrils was not with him.
yeah,
Ellerby.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Ellerby,
mean?
yeah,
He's
yeah,
never
yeah.
never been without nostrils. He shows up without nostrils. And number three, he shows up. Hey, gordito. He shows up without his coach. He's up there by
Right.
himself. What does that tell you? I mean, this kid, his worst enemy is himself. That's his worst enemy. Hey, Tony, that's his worst enemy. You know what I mean? So for him to say that I am retiring after 3 fights, 3 golden fights, make my 20, 30 million, good for him. Retire. Because his worst enemy, like I said, hey, what's up, Pomona? So his worst enemy is himself. So yeah, he needs to retire. He's not the face of boxing.
No,
Let's make
definitely. No,
that
look.
clear. He's definitely not
Yeah.
the face of boxing. He's having a lot of problems from within.
Mm,
We
yeah.
saw it.
Just
I
let.
mean, where was Ellerby? Ellerby's always there. Where was his coach? 4.5 hours late. No discipline.
Okay. That is a little strange. He's having problems the way Mike Zavala's having problems with his internet connection right now, man. Jump on back in here, Mikey. Um, yeah, he was over 4 hours late. I've heard of fighters being late, David. I've heard of fighters being an hour, 2 hours late, even.
Four and a half
Four.
hours. Yeah,
Don't you just cancel it at that
you
point?
do. You do. You cancel it. Of
Why
course.
why would you even keep that going on? Like, my goodness. Hey, you know what? After 2 hours, you know what? We're done. Hey, wrap it up. It's just not happening,
Brother,
right?
after 15 minutes, wrap it up. You know what I mean? I mean, imagine just sitting there for 4.5 hours, waiting, and probably a lot of people left.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what the heck? I wouldn't stay there. I would say an hour, 2 hour. If you're in communication with the fighter, 2 hours max. If you're in communication with the fighter, if there's no communication, hey, we're wrapping it up. That's it. But if you're in communication with the fighter, hey, I'm running late. Okay, we'll wait for you. for 2 hours. That's it, man. But 4 plus hours, good gosh, man, you make people wait for that, and everybody's there for him. Whoever's there is there for him. Nobody's there for Lamont Roach. Nobody even really even cares
Oh,
about Lamont Roach, man.
exactly.
So here's the thing, David. There's a lot going on right now with that promotion. All right, the Amazon deal, right? When this year first started, 2024, it was announced that they're going to have so many showings, and they didn't. They had what, I don't know, six. I didn't even count them, but they didn't have many. So now there's talks about, hey, you know what? Al Heyman is sick, right? Something's going on with Al Heyman. Who knows what's going on with that guy? Is the PBC even going to be around? Amazon doesn't seem like they're even happy with the PBC. All they're doing is putting on pay-per-views. They announced that, hey, we're going to start doing non-pay-per-views. There was only one. So I there's all kinds of things that you can think of. Let's get Mikey back in here. And also this, it's like, okay, who else is Tank going to fight? Right? Like he hasn't fought really any big names or threats at 135. I'm not sure how many more dudes he can fight and want to charge pay per view. And in his case, they charge $80. The well has ran dry, man. It's run real dry. I mean, just this fight coming up with Lamont Roach, $80. Like, good gosh, you're really stretching it. I'm thinking, he's saying this is gonna be my last year, hoping that people pay the feria to see his like go away year, right? I think he'll probably step away for maybe about a year, but Tank Davis is not a person that takes care of his money. He has financial problems. I think eventually we see him come back. I do. Mikey, what's your thoughts on Tank Davis saying he's retiring next year?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I don't know what to think of his Tank Davis. He doesn't fight nobody. It's like you said, the pay per views are expensive. He's bringing a little guy again, and he's moving him up. He's gonna get a sensational knockout if people want to see that. But we could get that with Jake Paul, and now that Riyadh season's in, $20 pay per view, like somebody's going out of business, man. Their model's not working with Al Heyman and them. I don't know. I'm just coming off the head. Can he retire so his contract could expire or something, and maybe he'll go somewhere else, or I don't know. I don't know what's that coming from, but there's always something when this Tank Davis, when he's in a fight. He got in a fight with Floyd. He's this and that. So maybe he's just a ploy for he could get the eyes on him again. I don't know.
Yes, that's a good question. If he retires, just I'm not educated. I don't know. I'm not
I
educated
agree.
on his contract.
I agree with JC. He would do us a favor.
If
Yep.
he
Yeah.
retires,
Yeah.
I look, man. I'll go ahead and say this.
Yeah.
I do like watching Tank Davis fight. Okay, I do. He just doesn't fight. All the dudes
Yeah.
he fights, man, is just like dog. You need to get in there against the top dudes at 135. Like
And
that's the
he's
thing,
weight training them. He
Yep.
look what he did to Barrios. He weight
right?
trains him. Look what he did to Ryan
Garcia.
Garcia. You know what I mean? I mean, dude,
Right.
I mean, look what he did to Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz that never fought at 135. He brings him up from 126. So, dude, once again, he's a cheater. You know, he
Yep.
Tank's
Well,
a cheater.
uh, I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah,
Hector Luis Garcia, he brought him
The
up
little
as
guy.
well.
yeah, all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And now
yeah.
he's fighting a 130 champion. He's bringing
Hmm.
him up
Mhm.
to 135. He does it time and time again. But yet, you know what's really funny? I'm not gonna throw race into this, but I follow Twitter, which now is called X. Dude, all these guys, and they're all black, they all, the face of boxing, they all push for this guy. And it's sad because they're making it racial and it shouldn't be racial. You know what I mean? It's like Boswell just said, he's a 30-year-old prospect. And I truly believe that. But yet they keep pushing. that he's the face of boxing. He is not the face of boxing, and he would do us a favor if he retires. Yeah,
Look, okay. Honestly, I would like to see him fight, but fight some good fight. But if
he's
this is all, no, yeah, you're right. He's not. If this is all that he's gonna do, then I don't have a problem with him doing it. Just don't charge the pay per view,
no.
don't charge the pay-per-view and have it just on Amazon, just with your subscription to Amazon. If these are the type of fights that you're going to be having, cool, keep having them. But don't be charging $80. Who the heck's paying that to watch this?
Yeah,
And yeah, you know what? You're right. He said he has anger issues and he's got daughters now and he doesn't want to be angry anymore. And he's going to need that anger inside of him to be stepping into the ring. Look, could be. I don't know. But see, here's the thing with character, everybody. Here's the thing with character. Okay. Your character goes a long way on who you are.
yeah,
Because it's him, not a lot of people are going to believe him because the content of his character on how he's carried himself. So that's the thing. If he were a good, honest dude, then it'd be like, hey, you know what? Okay, you know what? This guy is trying to better himself, but because who he is, it's like it's hard to believe him. And maybe he's telling the truth. I don't know. Maybe he just lost the eye of the tiger and doesn't want the sport anymore. Got no idea. But at the same time, all the stuff that's going on with PBC, the timing kind of fits. Where it's like, okay, I don't think I think there's more to the story, and I like how you pointed out, David. He wasn't there with his trainer.
no,
Elderby wasn't there. He showed up 4+ hours late. Like there's something going on, man.
yeah.
So,
And the fight's
uh,
probably going to get canceled, Ed. I mean, it was already canceled. It's supposed to be on the 17th of this month. It was canceled. Dude, it's
mm,
going to be canceled. It's going to be canceled.
yeah,
Something's going
yeah,
on.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, they pushed it all the way to March. So, yeah, a lot can happen between now and then. Mikey, do you want to see him retired, or I'm not saying I'm a fan of his, but yeah, whenever he fights, yeah, I like watching him fight. Or do you just want to see him retire and sell off into the sunset and we never hear from him again?
Either fight, go up to 140 and fight the big dogs at 140, or just retire already. This enough of this. It's like Jake Paul. Like I said, he's fighting little guys or shrinking guys, and it's an exhibition. It's not real, man. This
Yeah.
isn't real. So, uh, if you keep paying for his fights, I think you got to be a fool, man. Because we got season, like I said, $20.
Yeah.
People are
Yeah.
gonna tune in. They're giving us cards and they're making people fight. So yeah, nah, retire or give us fights.
But
Why
guys,
not?
what do you guys think about all these guys that push that he's the face of boxing? I mean,
Yeah,
really? I mean, what are they watching that we're not? You know?
It's emotions.
yep.
That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
all emotionally connected. It's trying to let me speak it into truth. And if I can make somebody believe like I won something because I made you believe, right?
Yeah.
So that means I won something. But no, he's nowhere near the face of
No.
boxing. It's just dudes trying to push that out. But really, Canelo's the face of boxing. And not only is Canelo the face of boxing, but I'll go ahead and say this. Canelo's the biggest Mexican star ever in the sport of boxing. He's
Yes.
Oh yeah.
bigger than
Right
he's
now. Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a better fighter, but star wise, star power, he's
Yeah.
bigger than Chavez ever was. I
Yeah.
think he's
Oh,
bigger
he's a
than La
better
Noya
fighter.
was.
Better
He's
fighter.
he,
I said it, Ed. I said it.
now
Better,
Mikey's
way
here
better
open
than
a can
Chavez.
of worms. Mikey's here open a can of worms
We're
here.
gonna go.
I,
We're gonna
But
go.
I want war, man. I want war. Let's go.
but but as
Yeah.
but as far as star power, it doesn't even come close. Name any Mexican boxer that nobody comes close to what Canelo, the star that Canelo's
Yeah.
become. Man, he is the face of boxing, and I don't think we've ever had a Mexican fighter that was truly the face of boxing the way
Yeah.
he is, man. So,
I
hey,
agree.
before we continue, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to boxing historian Dave Martinez. He sent me this calendar. I will be rocking it for
Yeah.
2025. Gracias, Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez.
Yeah, we got to have him back on here. He's man, that guy just you just bring up a fighter and the guy tells you his whole story. I'm like, wow, he's so knowledgeable and in
Good man.
boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, really good man right there. All right. Speaking of Riyadh season, what the heck is going on with Virgil Ortiz? Okay. There's so much going on there, and I don't even know what's true. I checked the boxing schedule to see what is set in stone. And as of right now, Israel Madrimov is set in stone to fight Sergey Boacek this month in the undercard of Usyk and Tyson Fury.
Yes.
Now, okay, that is set. Now, if we rewind, push rewind on what was going on with Virgil Ortiz, it's okay. Virgil Ortiz, they're in talks of fighting Boots Ennis. Okay, cool. You know what? That's a good one. Boots is moving up to 154. All right. Now it's like, oh, Boots ducked. Okay. I don't care if people think he ducked or if whatever happened, it's not happening. Okay. The fight is not happening. Okay. Well, guess who picked up? Guess
Now,
who
now,
picked it
Ed,
up?
before we go
Yeah.
there, do you
Yeah.
believe Boots ducked? I
Oh
do. I
man.
do.
I
Everything that I'm reading,
mhm.
dude, Boots, and maybe it wasn't Boots that ducked. Maybe it was his promoter. Hey, gordo, gordito. Maybe it was his promoter that doesn't want him to go up to face. You know what I mean? To face Virgil Ortiz, and I think it's that. I don't think he's ducking him, but it's his promoter that does not want him to go up. But yes, I think they ducked him. Yeah, let's make
Okay.
that. Let's talk
I
about that because
okay.
I believe that yes, that was a duck. Whether it was his promoter or it was Boots, I believe that was a duck.
Okay, Mikey, do you think Boots Ennis really wants to fight Virgil Ortiz? Do you think it's him himself, or do you think it's the promotion?
I
Eddie
mean,
Hearn. Eddie Hearn.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
Promoter.
say.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn was after the Busev's last fight. He said he's ready to go to 154
Yes.
because he's been having weight issues.
Mhm.
And even Boots said it in his post fight interview that I'm ready to fight the biggest ones at 154. But now they pulled this card, De La Hoya. Like, let's have a tournament, and they brought Virgil Ortiz, and Eddie Hearn's trying to make Boots a household name. He really thinks that he could be the next big American star. And from what we've seen, he can't be in the ring with Virgil. Virgil will demolish him, man. He has too
He
many
will.
holes in his game. Virgil
Yep.
hits hard. Virgil just came off a war. We talked about it, Ed. We talked about that. He got that experience versus Booyah. He fought a 95% knockout artist, a real 154 monster, and he got hurt and he came back. And whatever the outcome you thought it was, he got great experience at 154. Boots hasn't fought at 54, and now to fight Virgil Ortiz on your own first fight at 54, man, he can really get hurt, man. He has holes in his defense, and Virgil is a killer now, for damn sure at 54. So I think Eddie Hearn said, "Nah,
I
nah,
agree
man, you're
with you.
not fighting
I
him."
agree with you. I agree with
Yeah,
you.
Okay, okay, and you know what? We can call it a duck, definitely. However, David, would it be a smart move for Eddie Hearn to say, like, you know what? I want my guy to have at least one fight at 154 first.
Of course. Of
Okay,
course it would. But it didn't
okay.
happen that way. I mean,
Mm,
they needed somebody for Virgil. And this guy, and like Mikey said, on the last fight, even he said it. Hey, this is my last. I'm going to 154. You know, even he said, not only Eddie Hearn, but when all of a sudden they say, Orale, ¿sabes qué? Here's the paperwork, sign it, cabrón. And what did he do? Hey, you know what? Okay, we'll sign it, but we're going to 147. And Virgil was
right,
yeah,
excited. And
right,
all of a sudden,
right.
hey, wait a minute. It says right
I
here in
forgot that.
little
Yeah,
letters,
yeah,
147. You know what I mean? And that's
yeah.
thank God that Virgil wears glasses, you know, and he got it. You know what I mean? Thank God, because you know what? He would have been caught because they little letters 147, you know. So no, I think that was a duck. So I think that was the problem. That was a problem. And then they offered it to who? To Sanders Sayas.
Oh,
And
he
Sanders,
would have
yeah,
Sanders,
got
I
destroyed.
mean,
That's your boy,
oh,
Ed.
hey, but you know what? He answered within the minute. He goes, hey, it didn't
Yeah,
even take me a minute. Yes, I want it. But thank God they didn't give it to him. He's too young.
yeah.
It would have been Tito Trinidad against Fernando Vargas.
Oh,
So
yeah,
thank God he's
exactly.
not ready yet, but he will be. He'll be, but not yet. So
Yeah.
now it's going to be Madripoff. Whether he wins,
If
now
he
if he
makes
gets
it,
hurt,
if he makes it
well,
to the fight,
if he makes it, yeah, you're right, Mikey.
All
Hmm.
right, all right. Mikey, let me ask you this. Yes, we could definitely call it a duck, but isn't it also a smart move for Hearn to say like, you know what? No, I want my guy to have at least one fight at 154 before he takes on
Oh
Virgil
yeah.
Ortiz.
I mean, but why open your mouth? I get it. It's promotion. You put yourself out there, but why open your mouth and then you're not going to back it up? But I get it. It's a smart move. You got to have a fight at 154 to fill out the division, and then go and fight that monster. There's four monsters at 54. Uh, to fight one of the killers at 54, Virgil Ortiz. So yeah, it is smart, and it is a marketing. Bring your name up to compared to the other 54 pounder in which you're not going to fight him. But look, it's got us talking about it. So yeah, it's smart. Keep it a buck, keep it 100. Yeah, he has to get a fight at 54 because he didn't look good at 47 his last fight. So he's got to go to 54 and fill out the division and then fight one of the monsters or Virgil, and including Virgil Ortiz.
Mikey, did you want to see Xander Zayas take it in and take it get in there with Virgil Ortiz?
Yeah, I wanted Virgil Ortiz to eat. That's his food right there. That kid, he ain't ready, man. I know that's your boy Ed, and I wanted to make fun of you, man. I wanted to like I call Dave and I text him. This is Felix Trinidad versus Fernando
You're
Vargas.
absolutely
Fernando
right.
Vargas was a
Yeah,
That's
killer.
yeah.
right.
He was only
That's right.
22 years old. Xander
Yeah.
Zayas is 22 years old. Felix Trinidad was in his prime, a 27-year-old. Virgil is 27 years old, and he just came off a war. I just said that, and that experience and all that. Oh, that kid Sile was gonna be food, man. He was gonna be food. Thank God somebody stopped it. Or actually, Virgil stopped it, right? He didn't want to fight. I like not yet. I got bigger fish to fry.
Right, right. Okay, okay. So turning full circle on this, Israel Madrimov, they're saying that he is going to be fighting Virgil Ortiz. I don't see it on the schedule yet, so I don't think it's set as stone. I could be wrong, but Israel Madrimov is set in stone to fight later this month against Sergey Boacek. David, this is 2 months away. This is going to be a war. Boacek, you know, he just fought Virgil Ortiz. Well, not just, but his last fight was against Virgil Ortiz, which was a great fight, by the way. Madrimov is there going there, and then just about literally 2 months later, he's just stepping there with Virgil Ortiz. David, does that make sense? Does this
And
fight happen, David?
in our generation right now,
Mm, mm,
it doesn't make sense. Okay.
mm.
But, and Stephen Edwards put that on X also. It doesn't make sense. Well, he doesn't make sense for him. But let's look back 20 years ago. These champions were fighting 3, 5, 6 times a year after wars. You know what I mean? This generation, Al Heyman, Oscar de la Hoya, this generation has stopped that. One fight a year, maybe two fights a year, and they've reprogrammed us to believe that. We're analysts here. They program us, dude. I mean, Marvelous Hagler 1 year fought like 6 times. You know what I mean? I mean, we're looking at generations of boxers that every 2 months were fighting after wars. So we've been programmed to believe, like, is it fair? Of course it's fair. They're fighters. The more you fight, the better you are. You know, we've seen that. After they've taken a year and a half off, well, you know what's because he hasn't fought. Dude, yeah, after that war, give him 2 months, and you know what? Get back in the ring. You're already in shape. Get back in and fight. We'll get to it when we start talking about it. I personally don't believe that he's going to beat Bogacek. So we might just see a Boacek Ortiz in February, part 2. I think we might just see that. And I would love to see that.
Okay,
Again.
all right.
Yeah.
Mikey, your thoughts? Israel Madrimov scheduled. If this does happen, it's literally pretty much 2 months in fighting, man.
Yeah, they went back to the archives, man. We've been hypnotized. It's kind of true. It's
Yeah.
true, but it is kind of disrespectful. You got so in other words, we already know who's gonna win, right? Because he's gonna fight Virgil Ortiz. If it goes decision, they're gonna give it to Manamov because he's gonna fight Virgil Ortiz
I
next. Is
don't
that how
think
it
it's going
works?
to go decision, brother. I don't think it's going to go decision, man. I think
Yeah,
that is going
I
to
don't
be
think
a
either.
war, man. I
But
think
the
that
thing
is
is, who's gonna have the advantage? Virgil Ortiz, the fresh Virgil Ortiz, or this guy that just came off of war?
Oh well,
Yeah,
brother. Oh well.
they're
Oh
down. With
well.
my respects, but the
Yeah.
disrespect to Buyachik. Why are
Yeah.
they? Why are they saying that he's gonna fight him like, when he's got to fight this monster? And Buyachik is he's taking it serious. He's
Oh
calling the
yeah.
disrespect. And Manny Robles, his trainer's calling the
Manny
disrespect.
Robles. Manny
Manny
Robles.
Robles
That's right.
is an
Yeah.
underdog coach.
Yeah.
You know what he did with Andy Reese when they said that the Gordo doesn't count fight, and what he did to AJ. So these guys are up to the challenge, and these guys are party poopers. So,
Yeah.
man, I don't even I don't know if he's gonna even make it out, because Buyachik is motivated, and that guy's a freaking a robot, man.
He is.
So yeah, I'm bringing those things up, man. Dave.
Yeah, no, man, you guys made some great points. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this. For one, we don't even know what Virgil Ortiz we got, man. Who knows if he's the same fighter after that fight, right? I think he is. I think he learned. I think he got experience, like you said, Mikey. But in reality, we don't know. Okay, he was dropped twice. He was busted open, and honestly, I thought he lost the fight. Really, really,
Yeah.
and I've said that numerous of times. That's my favorite fighter today. I thought he lost. I thought Bolchek beat him. But oh well, he gets the victory. Oh, okay, that's boxing. We got no idea if he's still the same fighter, right? That could have changed him. Maybe I don't think it did. Um, I would say the winner of Madrimov and Boacek gets Virgil. I don't think it necessarily needs to be Israel Madrimov. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch with Boacek
Oh, me too.
and
Oh
Ortiz.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. So
what about the guy that just beat Tim Tszyu? What was his name again? I
Yeah,
always
it's
kill
another
his name.
monster.
I mean, that's
oh
the guy
yeah,
that they
yeah,
should
yeah,
Yeah,
put
yeah.
that
in
guy
the ring
too.
with Virgil. That's who they should put in the
Yeah.
ring. What's his name?
Ah,
I think that
shoot.
Not Karen,
Guys,
right?
help us out. Help us out. Who was it? The guy that just beat the crap out of Tim
Out of
Tszyu.
Tim Zhu. Tim
Yeah,
Zhu. Yeah, that's right,
yeah.
man.
That was what,
Which,
two
by the
months
way,
ago? Yeah.
yeah, that's right, man. Which, by the way, I want to see what happens with Tim Zhu. How he comes back, right? Because I mean, yeah, he got the crap
A
beat out of him.
beating.
I
So,
think Tim Zoo's done,
yeah,
man.
Beating. He took
I
a
think he's
beating.
done.
I
yeah,
think
that's
that's
right.
what's going to happen with that Mandrabuff. We're going to see part two. I think that's
Hey,
what's yeah.
listen, 154 right now is
Fire.
Oh yeah.
Fire. Oh
it's
yeah.
a
And
good time. It's
That's why Boots thought about it. Like, I'm not gonna go. There's four monsters, those three Russians
Exactly.
or Eastern Europeans or whatever, and Virgil.
Yeah.
They're everywhere you go, there's killers. So that's why Boots said, "No, I'm staying at 47, dude."
You know what? I heard he went on Guayova with that diet pill that they're taking, shooting up. I heard he went on that,
Yeah.
so he won't be eating so much.
I think that is his name.
Makram. He just gave it to us.
Yeah, I think it's that guy.
Makram. Yeah, you're right.
Akram Tazaliov or something like that.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a
it was,
monster, man.
yeah. It was damn, man. Hey, 154. You know what? 2025, 154 is gonna be the division to watch, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you guys, gentlemen. Fight of the year last year is rematching in a co-main event 12 rounder with Rafael Espinosa and Robesi Ramirez. It is going down the co-main event in the undercard of Navarrete and Valdez. The weigh-ins were today. They're both 30 years old. Espinosa, if you guys remember, he is 6'1". This guy towers over the 5'6" Robesi. Nobody really knew Espinosa. He comes in, he fights, he beats Robesi Ramirez in a damn good fight. Damn, it was such a good fight.
It was
We all wanted the rematch. Both of these guys have had fights since then, and they meet again in
so
the
simple.
ring exactly a year later. Mikey, your thoughts on this fight tomorrow?
That's the fight I'm waiting for. Forget the Navarrete Valdez. This is the fight I'm waiting for, man.
Mm.
This is the fight part two. This is the adjustments for the loser or the draw, or if you get a draw. But most importantly for the loser, he has to adjust. And I'm talking about Robesi. You want me to get into the breakdown or not yet, Ed and Dave?
Yeah.
Give it
Break
to us.
down,
Give it to us.
Mikey. Break it down,
Yeah.
brother.
Okay. So Robesi, man, gold medalist Cuban. he needs to be more busy. His adjustments, he needs to be more busy because this guy throws. Espinosa throws 90 to 100 shots per round, so he needs to stay. He needs to stay. Robesi needs to stay busy, and he also he can't go to war with him because we seen what Espinosa did when Espinosa got hurt and he got dropped and all that. He started going at him, and that's when Robesi his inside game isn't that good, dude. So what he needs to do, he needs to drop him a couple times for sure. He needs to drop him a couple times. I don't think he could hurt. He could finish Espinosa. He has a 64 knockout percentage. I text you guys, if you have 70, more than 70 plus knockout percentage, that's power. He has good power, but it's not power like Espinosa has an 84% knockout ratio. Can he keep him off? Can he keep Espinosa off with the 64 percentage knockout ratio? I don't think he can, man. He hits hard, but not hard enough. This guy, Espinosa, man, is a switch hitter. He has a stick. He can fight on the inside, outside. He goes to the body. He has a chin. He gets hurt, faced adversity. This guy has all the tools, man. 6'2". Nah, man. I got Espinosa on this one, man, for sure. I got Espinosa.
Okay, okay. David, the first time they're supposed to meet, everybody was looking at Robesi Ramirez, that he was supposed to be the winner. It didn't work out for him. Great fight, valiant effort on his part, but it didn't work out for him. What do you see here in the rematch?
The first fight, everybody, including myself, and I think all of us said, "Who is Espinosa?" And I think the only one that actually talked with him, I think he was sober at the time, was Mark from Putazos and Pendejadas. He wasn't smoking weed that day. I just saw some of his posts. He's hitting it again. You know what I mean? Calling 50-55 between Virgil Ortiz and Sayas. Dude, you're smoking again. You're smoking again, bro. Okay, but going back to not Mark. Hey, we love you, brother. You know I'm messing around with you. But going back, you know what? We didn't even know who he was. And the one that schooled us was Mark from Putazos and Pendejadas. Dude, yeah. Now we know who he is. Did you see his last fight? Oh, my God. This kid, he's on fire. And I don't think he's going to last long. This might be probably his last fight at 126. He'll go to 130, and he'll clean up that division. I like the fight, and I ditto everything you said, Mikey. Everything.
Manny Robles. Manny Robles, once again, Ed and Dave. Manny Robles. He's his trainer also.
Is he really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really? Divinos. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, is this as good as the first fight?
I don't think Robesi is gonna try to bang with him, man. Like that. I think he's gonna try to box Cuban style, box more, and he needs to drop him somehow, some way with a counter because he's a counter puncher. I don't think he's gonna fight the same fight as last fight. You got to be a fool to fight the same fight.
Yeah.
It's on paper, it's a badass fight. I don't know, Ed. I don't know what to think. It's a badass fight.
David, is this as good as the first fight?
I hope so. But I agree with Matador. What's up, Matador? Haven't seen you in a while. I agree. I think it's going to be Divino with a KO. Probably late rounds. Dude, his last fight, he just looked outstanding, man. And I know Robesi isn't at that level or is at a higher level in his last fight. But this kid, you know what? He's there, man. He's there to stay as a champion.
They're both coming off knockouts. They're both coming off of knockouts with momentum. They're both. It's leading up. It's to a great fight.
All right. You know what? Surprisingly, I'm actually gonna be rooting for Robesi Ramirez.
What?
I want.
I mean, hey, why? What's going on, man?
He's not a European fighter, dude. What's up?
He's not from East Coast.
Eastern European. No.
European.
Okay. Here's why. Because I want a trilogy for these guys.
Okay.
I want these guys to get a nice big payday because both of these guys bring it. And if there's going to be a trilogy, they can main event their own fight. The whole boxing world's talking about it now. No, it's not going to be, Pacquiao versus Mayweather on that level, which that fight sucked. But if it's a great fight, which I think it is it going to be as good as the first one, Mikey? I kind of agree with you. I think Robesi Ramirez is going to try a little bit of a different strategy.
He better.
But he better.
He better.
But wait a second. I mean, he didn't do that bad. Espinosa didn't dominate him either. I mean, he dropped
He's gotten
Espinosa.
better, Ed. He's gotten better.
Okay, okay.
He's
And
gotten
Ed,
better.
according
Yeah,
to Manny Robles, he said that Espinosa was winning. If you look at the score, he was winning the first 5 rounds till he did that switch. He made that mistake. That's why he needs to be very careful. Domino's fire. This is that. But basically, the gold medals. He's a Cuban. He switched stands in front of him, and that's when he got cut. So he's got to be very smart. Also, this isn't easy work. He could get hurt. He could get stopped. We see what happened. He got hurt, but uh, nah, man.
Ed,
I got
Ed, are you dating a Cuban girl now? That's why. Is that why?
Oh, if I be so lucky. No, you know what? I just want to see these guys go at it again. I do, man. It was just a great fight. I watched this first fight with my sons. They were all into it. We were all into it. I didn't really know much about it other than putazos y pendejadas. Shouts to Mark Salinas, who talked about Espinosa. And we were all just like, whoa, damn, look at this, man. So if it could turn into a trilogy,
Yeah.
hey, a toda madre, and I would want Espinosa to win the trilogy. Guys, in the main event, another rematch. A fight that, look, it was a good fight, but it fell a little bit flat, at least for me, the way
You're
they
right.
were building up. If you guys remember the build up to this fight and the whole, ranchero cowboy thing that they were doing, and that man, it's just a Mexican war. It's just a showdown.
Yeah.
It was a it was a good fight, but I like I said in the beginning of the show, I invite a lot of my homies over here, and it's like they're casual friends. I'm like, man, hey, this is gonna be something else, and it was, yeah, it was okay.
You
I
should have
don't,
given him some tequila
I,
with that beer you gave him. He would have
I,
loved it.
it was
You know,
it was
yeah.
all right. It was no Espinosa Ramirez. I'll tell you guys that it was not that. So here we are. Navarrete moved up to 135 to have a fight. Didn't look that good. He's back down at 130. David, how do you make this rematch?
Dude, I see Oscar Valdez fired up like I've never seen him before. And you know what? It
Mm,
might be his last hurrah, or it might be, that last win that you have. But you know what? I see Oscar Valdez knocking him out. I see Oscar Valdez literally winning this fight. Navarrete looked terrible at 135, and then he's eating candy before the fight
Couple
and during
noodles.
the fight. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
undisciplined, and he went up to 135 because he was having problems making 130. So now he's going back as a champion. Dude, he looked terrible at 135. So you know what? I see Oscar Valdez. Dude, the training that he's been through, I mean, it's going to be I think this one, it's not going to disappoint us. I think this one's going to be a good slugfest, and I got Valdez on this one. I want Valdez to win. I like Valdez. I like
Yeah.
Navarrete too, but I want Valdez to win on this one.
okay, Mikey, is there any difference in this rematch when it goes down tomorrow, and who gets the victory and how?
Yeah, there has to be a difference. Once again, it's the night of the adjustments, and I'm talking about Valdez. Valdez needs to adjust. Yeah, it was the next Barrera versus Morales, and this is and that. He's not Barrera. He's not Morales. He needs to exploit Navarrete's weaknesses, the holes in his game. He's off balance. His footwork is not all there. You have to make him move his feet, like we see with Consacao. Uh, and we see with other fighters, like people that move their feet, give him trouble, give him angles, let him fall for traps. Like you don't go to war with him. That's what Valdez needs to do. And yeah, sometimes go to war, but you got to stick to a game plan. Every round is a fight, so he's got to put some rounds in the bag. He's coming off a sensational knockout, and Navarrete just coming off a loss. And also, and there's two last fights, he looked terrible. So I don't know. I think I'm edging it to Valdez. Also, he's got Reynoso in his corner. Uh, Also, there was a roundtable with Barrera, Morales, and Chavez Sr. And Navarrete kept talking about going on retirement and his weight problems and all that. So, is this an indicator that he doesn't want it anymore? There's no fire in him no more. And Valdez will take advantage. He's in the gym. He's in the gym and he's taking it serious. If this guy's not in the gym, he's not taking it serious. He could get beat. He could get beat. So, but Valdez está chaparro for this weight class. We talked about it, Dave. He's too
Yeah.
little for this weight class. So
No,
it's a
dude,
good
he's
fight. They
so
both have
good.
power, 81%, 75% knockout rate percentage. So hey, he could knock him out or he could knock the other guy out. So I don't know who to go for. I'll make my prediction at the end of the program. But yeah, it's looking like Valdez a little bit.
And I agree with Tony. Tony, where he says that he has to start off early. Dude, he has to start off early. Valdez, if he's going to win this fight, he has to hurt him early, without a doubt. I agree with you 100% on that, Tony.
All right. Honestly, man, I'm not even really sure where to go with this fight and who's gonna take it. Navarrete, can it just be that he's throwing that out there to kind of get in Valdez's head? That it's like, you know what? He's already talking about retirement. He's not taking this serious. But then he goes in there like a monster. I'm kind of with you guys. Navarrete kind of seems like a undisciplined kind of character to me. Um, but he's fun to watch, right? And the guy
Yes.
is a warrior, man. He's definitely a
Yeah,
warrior when he gets in there. Valdez seems more of the super discipline, sir, yes, sir. I'm
Yeah.
up in the morning and I'm running and everything on
I fight
point.
alligators. I fight literally fights alligators.
yeah, he does.
Literally.
He has a farm.
He does. He has one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. Which that could cost him his career one day. Hopefully, just
I
be
know.
careful, Valdez. Just be careful, Carnal. Um,
Oh, yeah.
I still see Navarrete winning this fight, man. I do. I see him winning this fight in the later rounds. I don't. I'm not sure if Valdez can really hurt him. I
You wouldn't
just
want to see a trilogy on this, Ed? You wouldn't want to see a trilogy?
yeah. You know what? I'll go ahead and sell this. I'll
No.
tell you this. Okay. No. You're
Yeah.
you're right,
I
David.
mean, you want to see Robesi? Why not Valdez and Navarrete?
You- well, first it wasn't as good as
No, of
Espinosa
course
and
not.
Robesi,
No.
but
Yeah.
I would like to see Valdez win the fight. I would. I don't know. Now that this seems a little bit off to me, but nonetheless, I do like watching him fight. His
Yeah,
fighting style is a little bit weird and unorthodox, but I don't know, man. I'm not sure if Valdez can really hurt him. And I've seen
I think he
Navarrete.
can.
Well, I see Navarrete get hurt,
he
get
got
back
hurt,
up,
right?
and still
He
win.
got
Yeah,
hurt.
and
Yes, he
get
did.
back up and win the fight, man. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if Valdez got that. I guess okay. I'm gonna go Navarrete, man. I think he's gonna come off with the victory on this one. I do. I do. I think Valdez puts a nice. I'm not really sure. He's gonna have to change his whole game plan. And I'm
Yeah.
not sure if he can do that. I'm not sure if he can do that, man. I'm not sure. Uh, Mikey, go for it. Tell us your prediction.
Break it down, Mikey. Break it down.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I don't know what to bring out. I mean, Valdez, like we said, he's too little for this division. He does hit hard. He came out of a great knockout last fight. Ah man, my money goes with Navarrete, but my heart wants to go with Valdez. Damn, I don't know if I should just go for Valdez for the heck of it.
Dude, just go for Valdez. Please,
Well,
I
just
got
go.
Valdez.
hold
I
on.
got Valdez.
Wait. No, wait. What's more important, your heart or your money? Be honest.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Mikey, you've always been right. What does the crystal ball tell you? Put your pants up. What does the crystal ball tell you?
I'm gonna go for Valdez. I'm gonna go for it. And hey,
All right.
the crystal ball says Valdez. Let's go Valdez.
By decision, by stoppage, by what?
I'm gonna say decision. Let's go decision.
Okay.
I don't think he could
Okay.
hurt this Mexicans. Mexicans have big heads, dude. You gotta really kill them. These guys are warriors, man. Look what happened. Look at Spinoza. We thought he was finished, and he came back and he beat Robesi. These guys they have big heads, man.
Guys,
So
just remember this. Remember what he did to Miguel Berchel. What
Yeah.
did Valdez do to Miguel? He retired him,
Yeah.
dude. Miguel Berchel was never the same. He took a beating, and
yeah,
nobody thought Valdez was going to win.
I
Nobody
thought Valdez was gonna get knocked out.
Oh, of course, but
Yeah.
he literally beat him down. Beat him
And
down.
and you know what? And he and,
Remember that.
he,
Miguel
no,
Berchel.
it's tailor made for not tailor made, but he's not a boxer. Kind of is, but he's not. He's just awkward. But He's not like a Concao type of fighter that doesn't give you anything. This guy will give you something, and you could exploit him and throw that overhand right or set him up for something. But fuck, he's little. That's a carrito, dude.
Dude,
But we'll
when I
see.
remember when he fought Miguel Berchelt, I went for Berchelt, but I wanted Valdez, and I
Yeah.
thought, I mean, my prediction was Berchelt all night. Dude, Valdez, it was a different fighter that day, and that's when he
Yeah.
first went with Adrian Reynoso. Remember, dude,
Yeah.
Berchelt
Oh,
has
yeah.
never been the same. Dude, he
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah.
out, so he has power. You know,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He got knocked. He got knocked. He got knocked out going forward, face
yeah,
first, planted
Yeah.
on the canvas. Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh. David, any knockdowns in this fight?
yes, yes.
Is there a knockout in this fight?
I think I want a knockout. I think he'll. I hope so.
Wow.
I can't predict. I can't say yes, there's gonna be a knockout, but there will be knockdowns. There will be
Okay.
knockdowns. Yeah. And
Uh,
they might even throw in the towel.
oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. I must say.
Because
I
you know
must
what?
say.
I'm looking at the Miguel. I mean, I'm looking at the Berchel fight. I mean, he came in. I mean, this guy tore him up. I'm looking at that same Valdez again. I'm hoping it's that same Valdez again. That was a
Okay.
monster that
Okay.
night. That was a monster.
Well, I hope it happens, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Navarrete by decision. I
Okay.
am, man. I am. But with that, gentlemen, anything else before we wrap it up?
Rest in peace, Israel Vasquez. I could not believe I had been reading, they were, the fundraising and we helped with that. But when he died 2 days ago, dude, my heart was broken. He came to my
Yeah.
house in Fort Lauderdale. He had dinner with me.
Mm.
I He came on our show, Mikey. We were doing the
Yeah.
Spanish show.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
guy, I mean, anytime I would call him just to ask advice about a fight or something, dude, not one time did he not pick up. That guy, he was a gentleman and a true boxing scholar. Nobody got a chance to meet him, you know what? It was your loss because the guy would have given his shirt off his back. A great guy, great guy.
Warrior.
May he rest in peace. A warrior, true warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, I made a video earlier this week, well, the same day that he passed
I
away,
saw
and
that. That's great.
I dropped the link there if you guys are interested in watching that interview. I cannot remember a fight of his where I was bored. He
Yeah.
always brought it. El Magnifico, Israel Valdez. I mean, Israel Vasquez.
Well,
Vasquez.
this
I'm over here thinking about Valdez.
you
Yeah,
think
man.
about this.
No, El Magnifico, man. Lost him at a very young age, at 46, man.
46. Wow.
Gosh, gosh, what a warrior. But
Hey Ed,
true
if it's
warrior.
okay with you guys, I got a
Mhm.
professional boxing, a ringside campana here. Do you mind right before we go, we do a 10 count on him and then we log off?
Let's do it. Let's
Is that
do
all
it.
right?
Let's
Let me
do
know
it.
when you
Let's
guys are
Yeah.
handle.
ready.
Let's
Let me know when
handle.
you're
Let's
ready. And then
Let's
handle.
we go off.
Yes,
And then we
let's
go
handle.
off.
Yep.
In his
Yep.
I'm
honor.
gonna post that. I'm gonna post
Yeah.
that on YouTube for sure.
Yeah.
That
Let's
one's gonna
do
get
it.
posted up.
So we're gonna do a 10 bell count for El Magnifico because the guy was a true warrior. The guy was a true gladiator. I can't remember one of his fights where I was like, this sucks, man, or this is boring. The guy was a true warrior. Mikey, he wasn't the most popular guy. Unless you were a true boxing fan, you probably really didn't know him. He didn't have the popularity of Marquez and Barrera and Morales and Chavez and any of those guys. He didn't have that popularity. But damn it, Mikey, the guy had the gladiator spirit in him.
Yeah, and he was such a warrior. He lost his eye for the sport, man. He
Yeah.
went blind. One eye. He lost one eye, right? If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
because he
He
went to
did,
war
yeah.
with Marquez's brother.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. That guy. That guy was a warrior, man. R.I.P. My dad got sad. I was sad. We interviewed him, and rest in peace, man.
Okay, here we go. And then we go off. Right? Here we go.
Yes, sir.